Hi, my name is Michael, and this is my Cessna 150C, 1963.
Well, this sure isn't your average 150. This 1963 Lowe tailwheel conversion aircraft was manufactured using tooling and parts from a Cessna 140. Michael hired me to ferry his new airplane from Austin, Texas to Phoenix, Arizona, and I made it in about a day. We only spent about $200 in fuel, and I only had about 3 stops. Not bad for an 0200. I enjoy picking up ferry gigs when I can. I love being in small airplanes, and it's a great way to see the country. This conversion is lovingly referred to as a baby 180. It flies great, with huge flaps, and honestly is really easy on the ground. Congrats, Michael, on your new acquisition.
Hi, my name is Michael Fredette. I'm here from Queen Creek, Arizona, and this is my new little airplane. It's a 150 that's been converted to taildragger. My mission changed. I used to be high and fast. I flew a turbo 210 for quite a few years. That mission kind of evaporated a little bit, so I'm just a low and slow kind of a guy now. So this kind of fits the bills, kind of a modern Cessna 140. It's a lot of fun, and I was lucky to be able to get it delivered by Emma. She did a great job yesterday bringing it out all the way from Texas in one day. We've got quite a crowd of folks with carbon cubs and some 150 conversions, some Cessna 140s, a couple of Malls. We've got a Citabrio too, a couple of Champs. We got quite a tailwheel community out here, and so it's time to join the fun with 150 Lima Golf. I've been flying for since 1986, so almost 30 years. I grew up flying around my father. So he was a commercial pilot. My flying has primarily been in Bonanzas and then the 210. So I'm commercial pilot, instrument rated, but I haven't ever flown for a living. I just did it for the break on the insurance. So, yeah, so I've been flying about 30 years and a little over 1,000 hours. I've always loved flying. A couple of my sons enjoy it, but my wife doesn't really enjoy it, but that's okay. That's her loss. She plays tennis, I fly. So. Yeah, so this 150 was converted to a taildragger configuration by a company called Lowe, L-O-W-E, and they're a little bit unique in the way they do their conversion. Most of the conversions are done, they just take the 150 main gear as is and they just slide them forward. And for those of you that know, the 150 main gear have a forward angle to them, and so that tends to result in not really great landing and handling geometries. This Lowe conversion uses Cessna 140 gear and a 140 gearbox that holds the mains in, and also uses a Cessna 140 engine mount, so you gain a fair amount of useful load since you don't have a nose gear and you don't have all the support structure built into the engine mount that holds the nose gear anymore. You know, it's got all of the things that you want in a Cessna 150, but more in a Cessna 140 configuration. So it's there's no complicated systems on this. My 210 had, you know, the landing gear, the hydraulics nightmare, a turbocharger, all the, you know, oxygen system, on and on and on. So this is, you can do an annual in a weekend in this plane. It's so much easier. It's so much less to insure. It just fits my mission with the low and slow crowd here that I've kind of gotten into with these guys with the. They just do Saturday morning, donut runs, and they do some backcountry flying. There's a lot of backcountry flying here in Arizona. We've got a ton of backcountry strips, so it'll take me a while to get my skill set up to being able to do that. Hopefully, I've got a STOL kit and the vortex generator kit to add to it eventually, so that'll increase the plane's safety margins and capabilities a little bit, so that it's a little more capable in these backcountry situations. You got some more lift reserve and handling on the margins. So, but that's once I need to get up to speed on this and get 50 or 100 hours in the aircraft before I'm really comfortable playing around with that kind of thing. But what do we burn in fuel bringing it over from Texas? Not even $200 worth of fuel from Austin, Texas to Phoenix, Arizona. So not quite 5 gallons an hour. So that's, yeah, so it's the O200, so it's 100 horsepower. It's same as any 150 that's out there pretty much. What does it take off in 600 or 700 feet? It's slow. It's if you're at gross, it's pretty sluggish. It's not a Super Cub, but I don't need it to be a Super Cub. So it does what I need to do. It lands plenty short with 40 degrees of flaps. I'm sure you can come in 400 or 500 feet if you were crazy enough to do that. You can land obviously shorter than you can get out of in some of these situations in these backcountry strips. So they did everything right with this conversion. I mean, you mentioned that it was super easy to handle. The ground handling's very forgiving for a Taildragger. I'm looking forward to it for many years. I hope it's the last plane I ever have to buy. So.
All right, well, you ready to go fly?
Yeah, let's go fly.
All right, so got our brakes set. We'll give our mixture full, and then when we do our run-up, we're going to go up to takeoff power, and then we'll lean back since we got high-density altitude at this airport. I'm going to check my controls first, pull back, right, left. Rudders are good.
You got the brakes
set.
now?
Yeah, I got the brakes.
Okay.
Trim set for takeoff. Fuel is on both. I'm in a tailwheel, so I pull my yoke back, keep that butt down.
See about 2,300 static.
Pull that mixture back. We'll give about there, that's about good. Pull back to 1700, do our mag check. 1700. A low on that side. About the same. Carb heat. Back idle. Our suction was good. That carb heat back, it still runs with carb heat. Our oil temperature is coming up, pressure's good. Fuel gauges are showing good. Battery's looking good. Alright, and I'm going to close my little guy here. Pegasus Air Park traffic, Cessna 150 Lima Golf is departing runway 8 at Alpha, and we'll be southbound. South work for you?
Yeah. Rest my feet so I can feel what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, feel free. Slowly accelerate. I like to keep my stick forward. Just give that tail come up.
Yeah.
Slowly release that back pressure. And as soon as I rotate, I just drop that nose immediately.
Yeah.
Let that speed up.
Yeah,
I talk to myself a lot.
No, it's, I'm using a Super Cub that accelerates a lot harder.
Yeah. Yeah, she just putts along, and then I found 65 to 70 for this thing works pretty good for the climb out. And
okay.
About 300 feet a minute, that ain't bad. Glad we're going in the morning instead of the heat of the day. It probably wouldn't be that good then.
No. So I'll take you on a little, do a little roundy thing here.
Yeah,
so
that
go
sounds
ahead
good.
and go left, turn south to 180. Yep.
Right? Okay.
Or right,
Yeah.
180, I'm sorry. Then go ahead and continue around to 260.
Okay.
Go up there and then we'll fly up the valley just as you'll just make a circle.
Sounds good. How long have y'all been in this airport?
Oh, I've been here 5 years. Well, oh shit, that's not quite true. I had a Bonanza here in 2010, and then I sold that Bonanza. I was out of here for about 6 years, and then back in 2015.
Okay.
So about 7 years.
Would you say it's a pretty aviation-friendly area? Have y'all had any issues?
No, yeah, it's very aviation-friendly. We had some trouble. The town of Queen Creek did not want to let us run helicopters in here, but they finally got that approved. So we got some turbine helicopters that are in here. Now we got some turbine jets as well.
Remind me your field elevation, isn't it 2,400? Is it 1,400?
1,400.
1,400, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come up to 2,400 feet here, 1,000 feet above the ground.
Yeah, that's plenty.
The one thing I like about the Cessna is I haven't flown a Cessna Taildragger since this ferry. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I love these air vents. It's just like, it's nice.
They have some replacement ones that have, on the end of it, it has one of those aluminum eyeball vents from an airline type
like
style.
Those.
We could just fly up this valley here, just kind of hang left and go up the valley gently.
How much mountain time do you have? I guess a lot since you're out here.
A lot.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced mountain waves? Pretty bad mountain waves?
No, I mean, a lot of that stuff's out in California, especially Central Valley. You get those rotor clouds and all that rotor wave thing coming off of the Sierras. That can get dangerous, really.
I do a lot of ferries out to California from Texas, and my philosophy, as I told you when we started, is just stay over the roads and everything. Luckily, I've only experienced a little bit, but I won't lean like crazy since we're only at 1,000 feet, but pull it back a little bit. 1,000 feet over the ground, at least.
Yeah.
You want it?
Make my traffic, Aerosonde 283.
You want it?
Yeah, sure.
You got it.
South, inbound, full stop. We can burn.
So this street down here comes right off of our neighborhood, and they've just slowly building all these McMansions out here. I mean, we know the people that have this one right here.
Okay.
That is a compound. It's like 8,000 square feet. It's just ridiculous how big some of these homes are. I don't know why they need such, because they don't have family.
Yeah.
It's not like they have a ton of little kids, but whatever.
And there's a beautiful country out this way.
This is all Indian reservation here.
Okay.
This is all Pinal Indians.
Traffic, riddle.
Do they get picky if you come out hiking this way?
Oh, yeah. Well, this part over here is state park. This part over here is Indian. So all these trails you see down here, this is our state park.
Okay.
That building right over there is the visitor center for the state park.
Okay.
Santan. This is called the Santan Mountains.
Gotcha.
These guys here.
Make a left here drop. Turn right crosswind for runway 23. Full stop. We can burn.
So is that the reservation over there in the city area? Okay.
That's all the fields that you see. That's all Pima Indians.
Gotcha. So are they kind of like, I don't understand a whole lot about Indian reservations. Are they kind of like their own little city? Basically, they have their own laws kind of thing?
Yeah, so they're very much all about their whole sovereignty thing.
Yeah.
And they have their own police department and fire and all that good stuff.
Wow.
And
don't go over there and mess around.
No,
that's
don't
their
mess
turn.
around over there. Yeah. We've got a whole cadre of guys out here that they've all got carbon cubs. There's another guy with a 150. There's a couple of 140s on the field. I mean, there's just a ton of taildraggers. Everybody likes to just go out and get, just do the dawn patrol, $100 hamburgers down to Casa Grande or out to Coolidge or things like that. And so, and they do a lot of rough, short soft field backcountry flying. I'm not ready for that in this yet, obviously, but
I haven't. I only landed it 3 or 4 times coming up here from Texas, but I bet you, with these 40-degree flaps, you can get it pretty short.
Well, I actually ordered a set, the Sportsman Skull kit and also the Vortex generators, the Micro VG kit on
that'll
here,
help.
and that'll help this thing a lot.
Another beautiful thing about being up here is, like, you don't have big problems with corrosion?
None.
Yeah, because it's so dry.
Yeah, it's so dry.
I was looking at your buddy's fly wires on his pits, and we keep ours coated in a layer of goop to keep the corrosion away.
Yeah.
And I was always expecting when I touched them to get that, but I mean, they're just beautiful. It's so nice having an airplane out here with no corrosion problems.
No, there's no moisture out here at all. I mean, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base is straight down to Tucson. That's where the boneyard is.
Yeah. And I'd love to stop by and peek in there. That'd be cool.
They do tours. They do tours all the time. I've taken it several times. There's some cool stuff down there as well. There's the last remaining fully equipped Titan missile silo is down there, just right past Tucson. That is fascinating. And it's the silo and the launch complex. It's all underground. The engineering that they did back then it just blows me away. It's just incredible. Wow, that's all new. All these lots, those are all new. Holy cow.
Wow.
Downwind. Runway.
So this is going to be a housing development?
Oh yeah, those are all lots. Those are all to be built.
That's your drop.
More development. So our frequency here, 123.0, we share with Marana. We share it with Sedona.
Okay.
100 miles away.
Wow.
And once you get off the ground, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
As you do. This is all.
Sedona, I've been there. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
this is all Marana traffic, which is right over there.
Gotcha.
But
Have you landed on that plateau? It's like landing on they call it the fish or the.
Yeah, it's like on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful airport. Doing 109 over the ground. Look at that.
Yeah.
Tell me about this tailwheel conversion. You know, what does it add for the 150? Obviously, 150s come, stock as your
so this
Taildragger stuff.
This particular conversion attracted me because there's not very many of them that were done. It's made by a company called Lowe. It's actually on the data plate on the thing there.
Okay.
Where they replaced, most of the conversions use 150 gear and they just push them forward. This uses 140 gear, so they're straight. So it uses a Cessna 140 main gear, the box, the structural members for the landing gear box are out of a 140. It uses a 140 engine mount, which gets rid of the nose gear tubing and all that. You drop a lot of weight.
Right.
So you pick up about 30 pounds of useful load by doing this one. Because you don't have a nose gear, you don't have the engine mount built to hold the nose gear, stuff like that. So
Okay.
it's and it handles better because the 140 gear are properly placed.
Yeah, that's what the first time I noticed it, I came in my first landing in this airplane on the ferry. It was a little bit of a crosswind, and, I didn't sit down perfectly straight as I usually do, and it handles the side load pretty well.
Yeah.
Just real stable, forgiving airplane. Those gear are great.
So a lot of them have like the guy that has the 150 out here, he has the gear in there. He has, even with the 150 horse engine, he has real trouble getting his tail up. And when he comes in, he's got to watch it or it just plops.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to smack it. Bad things happen.
Yeah, so,
Yep.
I mean, he's gotten used to it now. He's flown it so many hours, but he definitely, it took him some accommodation or whatever you want to call it to get used to things.
This is beautiful country, but there's not a whole lot of options if you lost an engine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to go, and it's very rocky.
Yep. I guess you kind of shoot for the pass if you got to.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be exciting to follow what you do with this airplane. How long you just going to keep it for a couple years, or just?
Oh, it's just, I hope the last plane I ever want to buy. I mean, just want to go low and slow and putt around. It's inexpensive. It's inexpensive to insure.
And it's cute. Everybody's going to look at you.
Yeah,
it looks like a baby 180.
It
it's
looks
great.
like a miniature 180, doesn't it? Yeah, it's pretty neat. So yeah, low and slow is just kind of my mission now, just to putt around. I don't. If I want to go see my mom, I'll just hop on an American flight for $400.
There you go.
And the 210 made I mean, it was wonderful. It's a 10.5-hour drive to get there, and it's 2 hours and 15 minutes in the 210. So, but yeah, I don't need to do it as often. My father passed away, so it's not. I was up there every month.
Yeah.
For a week at a time, just helping my mom.
Needs change.
Yep.
It's on a hot day. It's a rough cross country airplane, but I bet in the fall it wouldn't be that bad.
No, it could do it.
Yeah.
No problem. It could do it. Absolutely.
Especially with a good tail end like we had. That was great.
Right, downwind departure.
Right. You want to just kind of head back then?
Yeah, that works for me.
Traffic.
Yeah, if you want to steer us back and just enter the pattern for the active, and then I'll take the land. And stay on with me too. Feel everything I'm doing. Obviously, you know what you're doing, but once that insurance checkout comes, you'll be good to go. It's such a baby. Well, I guess we're lined up for the final, aren't we?
Well,
Or
we
the
can.
base of final.
Yeah, well, this is sort of a base of final, so we can.
I'll make it
We're
call.
about 3 miles out.
Vegas is traffic. Cessna 150 Lima Golf 3 mile final for 08. Vegas traffic. I try to turn on my sexy radio voice, but it doesn't always work. I stumble a lot.
I believe it.
Unless you want to fly the approach down to landing, that's fine with me too.
No. You go ahead and do it. Start heading downhill now.
I got it.
All right. Got the runway right in front, right?
Yeah, right in front of us. I wasn't looking at what my airspeed was when I was coming in, but I think I was under 60, like when I landed. Landing speed.
I'm sure you were floating quite a ways down. I thought you were going to touch down much sooner. Turn off midfield.
Yeah, it wasn't my best. I wasn't proud of it.
That's all right.
It was a smooth one.
It's already getting bumpy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting pretty hot. Yeah, didn't y'all have like a record heat day yesterday? You said 113.
Yeah, 113 again. This late in September that's crazy. That's the latest 110-degree day they've ever recorded.
Oh. All right, so I'm pulling my carb heat. I'm gonna get her back into the wide arc here. And pull 10. This is taking me back to my 172 days with flaps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring her down at 70, 75.
70 on final is probably pretty good, and then 60 is your.
All right. Anytime I get in a new airplane, I'm always a little high and a little fast.
No, that's fine. It's altitude and airspeed is great, as long as you got runway in front of you.
I don't think I'll need 30.
This looks great. 60 miles an hour. Well, you got good control authority, seems like. Plenty of energy in the flare. I get the sight picture here.
Dump those flaps. You learned that trick yet?
What's that?
You dump the flaps as soon as you touch.
As soon as you land,
and then you don't float.
Yeah. That kills the lift.
Okay, we can go around again, or we can call it.
Oh, let's just call it. Let's go in. It's getting hot.
Yeah, it's getting. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for hiring me to fly it up here, and I hope you enjoy the airplane.
I'm absolutely tickled at it. It's exactly what I was hoping for.
Good.
Yeah, I'm so glad it worked out schedule-wise and logistics-wise. It all kind of came together.
It reminds me a lot of the 180, just a little less behind you.
Yeah.
Because that 185, it's long.
A lot more horsepower, a lot more everything. It's just this on steroids.
That's a cool machine.
Yep.
Well, Michael, thank you so much for letting me share your airplane. It was a joy. It really was. I mean, just a great little 150, and hopefully you enjoy it here in Arizona.
I am so tickled you were able to get it over here. We got it in one day, which was amazing.
Yeah,
the weather cooperated. I'm glad it went smooth as silk. We couldn't have asked for a better experience. So appreciate your flying skills.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely,
awesome.
definitely. For you guys watching, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out our Patreon. We appreciate all our patrons, and I figured out how to use Patreon, so I've been uploading stuff early. So y'all go check it out. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time.